welcome back. Tonight we're going to be painting. It's now kind of the Christmas season, and so I have my knit sweater on. I'm all cozy, and we're going to be doing a little more on Athena because we kind of have a deadline. If I want to get this into the magazine I was talking about, I have to finish painting it by December 1st. So, you know, I have a little bit of work to do. But, yeah, it might be a little more of a quiet video because I'll just be painting and occasionally chatting. But, you know, sit back and relax and maybe read a book, or I don't know if you have homework to do since you're hopefully on break for Thanksgiving, but if you do, you can do that. Or, you know, maybe you just want a little company, and I completely understand that. I'm trying to build a community for us, whether you're an artist or you like art, or maybe you just like connection, you know, you like to see people and talk. And so, yeah, this is a safe space, and I'm really happy you joined us. So, right, painting. Right now, for about the past hour, I've just been layering on linseed oil because I like my paintings to be glossy. I think a glossy finish can help suspend the illusion of kind of a portal into the world that you're looking at, right? Because while you're moving around the painting, perhaps for those glossier paintings, it almost shimmers, right? So you get this web of glassy feeling, right? And you almost feel like you could extend your hand and you could just like touch the painting and reach into it, right? And it suspends that belief, I think. So I'm adding in linseed oil. I do want to varnish my paintings someday, but varnish is a tricky thing because you gotta get the right varnish. If you don't get the right varnish, it kind of ruins your painting, unfortunately. So I need to ask my old art teacher, and yeah, hopefully Miss Patty will have some advice on varnishes that she has had some success with. But, okay, let's get painting. I have some things I'd like to talk about too while I'm painting, but right now I'm listening to an ambient mix by, who's the YouTuber? This one is called Silent Hill Inspired Ambience. Great game, by the way. By Not E. Interesting. Okay. So we're putting that on in the background. I like it. It's not too scary, but it just it gives a sense of peace and kind of ethereal. I like it. How was y'all's day, you know? Tell me about it. What's going on in you guys' life? I hope everything has been peaceful. I know around the holiday season, it can be a little tough, right? To maybe talk to people you're not used to talking to, or maybe traveling in general is hard, seeing family. It's tricky to travel, you know? So I hope you all can just relax, and whether you're seeing this in the morning or the afternoon or the nighttime. Usually in portraiture, I'll paint black hair or very dark brown hair because it's easy. And I can just add in little highlights at the end, and then it makes it look believable. But I just use my black paint, my ivory black, beautiful color. Guys, I know I already have enough paints, but the paint demon is calling my name. I think they want me to buy more paint, and I shouldn't. I don't need any more paint. You saw the video, I already have enough paint. But I do want to, there's something so addictive about getting art supplies. And I suspect that's the same with like a lot of different hobbies, right? But there's an addiction there, you know. Buying art supplies is heavily addictive. Buying clothes is heavily addictive too. And so I have to stay away. I usually have to thrift my stuff, which brings me to what I wanted to talk about. With winter happening, right? I've been continuing to go down a rabbit hole of looking up style icons and people I look up to, right? To inform my decisions on the way I dress and stuff. And I think I've come up with 3 inspirations, for me at least, that I always go back to on my Pinterest board or wherever. I have a lot of influences, right? But I think my top 3 are George Michael, Princess Diana, and Jeff Goldblum, right? Jeff was the first. I love Jeff Goldblum. I think he has so much charisma. He seems like a genuinely nice person, and it seems like fame hasn't gotten the best of him, you know? He seems just chilled out, you know, just a normal, okay, maybe not entirely normal, but abnormal in the best sort of way, you know, a lot of personality. And Princess Diana, I mean, she's everything, but the way she dressed was such a prevalent sign of her larger than life personality, you know? And I like that. I love when people are themselves, you know? And I think everyone does. It's a unique thing that humans admire when you're sure of yourself and you can just present yourself, right? And if you're not there yet, that's okay, you know? We're all growing. It can take a lifetime to get to that point, you know? I'm still learning how to be myself. It's kind of fun. And I think this year I've made progress. I don't think I'd ever film a video a year ago, right? But it's a good sign that I'm feeling more comfortable. I wonder if you guys are comfortable too, right? Because it can be tough. Society these days is weird, you know? But you've got this safe space, you know? If you ever feel alone, know that I've got your back, you know? I'm trying to do feathers on this helmet. It's kind of tricky though. It's like, I'm just gonna have to apply them, honestly. I've been listening to a lot of 80s music. I love classical music, I love ambient music, but 80s music is awesome. Usually I'll listen to something like Madonna, right? But these days it's been Pet Shop Boys, and George Michael, obviously, Wham, Christmas season, you know, and then Mariah Carey, right? You can't have Christmas without Mariah. And Tchaikovsky, but that's not 80s music, that's like 1880s. What if I gave Athena dimples? They're subtle. I kind of like them though. You know, David Bowie was another guy who's so inspiring, right? The way he dressed. And I think we forget, like, this was different in the 80s and 90s and the 70s, you know, like the Beatles, David Bowie, Bob Dylan. These guys, you know, who were dressing weird, it's like that was different for them back in the day. That was tough, you know? But they did it, and I really respect it. Someday it would be really fun to get a big piece of canvas and do a full body portrait of someone, right? And it would be so fun to paint the clothing, because you can choose silks or, you know, canvas or, you know, muslin or whatever. You can choose whatever material and layering on different textures and stuff and different colors. guys, I think I need a big piece of canvas. We should do it together. And that's a big idea I want to do. I always say this. I always say I have ideas for videos. I promise I'll get to all of them. But one of them is I think we should do a landscape together, and we can kind of do like a series, right? Where like, you know, I'll start it and then get some progress done, and we can make decisions together. Maybe we can like talk about like, oh, what that's a big thing. Like if I could ever get enough followers so that YouTube would allow me to do live streams, and then we could like I could paint while you guys were watching and you guys could help like make decisions. Wouldn't that be so much fun? That'd be fun. We'll get there, I promise. Ah, 10 minutes already? Oh my gosh. This is why I need to make like an hour-long video. Okay, well, good progress. Honestly though, good progress. And I think I'm confident that we'll be able to get this done by the 1st. You know, maybe I'll be touching it up eventually, but I don't know. I think it could happen. I think it could happen easily. Yeah. Anyway, I love talking to you guys, and I'll see you for the next video. Definitely stay warm, wear something cozy, tell me about your lives, and if you ever want a pick-me-up, look at Princess Diana's revenge dress. Speaking from experience. It's a very random piece of advice, but I'll leave you with that one. Bye, guys.